I challenged 4 of my theatrical friends to an impossible West End theatre quiz. Going in alphabetical order from the Adelphi all the way to the Wyndhams, I will ask one question based on each of the 39 West End theatres, with the questions slowly getting harder and more devious as the quiz goes on. Let's meet our contestants.
Oh my god, hey. My name is Mickey Joe. I speak about theatre on the internet a lot. I am a critic. I'm a content creator. I am a theatrical pundit. I'm still not sure what that means. I have a recurring live cabaret show where I am the one asking the trivia questions, but today the tables have turned and I am just hoping that maybe I can win a car. I don't know if that's an option, but I'm gonna try.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I am a theatre blogger, reviewer, person, and I am kind of ready for this. We'll see how my knowledge actually is. I think it's all right, but we'll see.
I mean, game face is on, clearly.
That'll do.
Hello, I'm Jack. I'm a theatre content creator and I want to beat Rosie. I make sensory tips in my videos, so I help people that are neurodivergent going to the theatre, and I'm looking forward to the challenge today.
Hi everyone, I'm Barbara 2.0 here on YouTube. Most of my content is theatre related, but this quiz is gonna be a proper test because my entire content is based on me learning about theatre. So this is gonna go really well or really, really badly.
I mean, I like the confidence and also the lack thereof. You've covered both of your bases there.
Gotta balance things out.
I did a musical theatre trivia quiz on a Disney cruise ship recently. There was a New York theatre producer I recognised in the audience. I was like, I'm not the only ringer. Still won 19 out of 20 because I didn't know how many Tony nominations Newsies got. So if that comes up today and I let out a primal scream, you'll know why.
Are you feeling ready?
I am totally not.
All right, let's start with our first question based on the Adelphi. Nederlander International currently co-own the Adelphi with which theatre company?
So the start of that made it seem like it was going to be so much harder. I was like, we're jumping in really, but no, I can do this one.
The only person who I know owns things in the West End is our beloved Andrew Lloyd Webber.
It's a Lloyd Webber, isn't it?
I am going to guess NIMAX.
That would be LW Theatres. Locking in.
My answer is locked in. Andrew Lloyd Webber, because that's the only name I know.
You're very lucky that that's the only name you know, because that is correct.
Let's go!
See, it's not that scary.
Question 1, done.
I would have also given it to you if you said just Lloyd Webber.
I didn't get dressed today to be inexact.
Out of curiosity, do you know what theatre is next in the alphabet?
The Art?
No, it's the Aldwych next.
I don't even know my alphabet, mate, let alone theatre questions.
The Aldwych is currently home to Tina, the Tina Turner musical. But what year did this musical open?
Oh.
Why is this hard on question 2?
This show opened fairly recently for the West End, really.
Was I in London? I feel like I was in London when you opened.
I'm torn between 2018 and 2019.
It opened the same year I saw Bad Out of Hell at the Dominion.
2003? I have no idea. I'm locking in 2003 because I don't know. Your face tells me that's not right.
Girl, you think Tina's been open for 20 years?
I don't know.
Oh my god, this could be really wrong. 2018.
I'm going to go 2018.
I think that's 2018, please, Carol. I'm locking it in.
You are exactly correct. You are correct.
Okay.
The answer is 2018.
Oh.
I was hoping you do use maybe Olivier's for it.
I don't think I can remember the Oliviers before I went to them, which is so obnoxious.
Next theatre is the Ambassadors Theatre, which is currently home to The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
My favourite.
Jethro Compton wrote the book and lyrics to Benjamin Button, currently playing at the Ambassadors Theatre. Please can you give me one other creative credit that he has on the show?
Okay, I've not seen the show yet. It's on my list.
This is funny because this question, it sounds really easy, but it's actually really hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah. You'll be surprised. There's multiple things. There are multiple things. He is Dolly Leviing it. He's got his hand in there and his hand in there.
Let's go with choreography.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
No, did he direct it?
Oh god, this is going to be a really obvious one, but I'm just going to go for Director.
That is correct. Yes.
So I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark at set design.
My favourite one, because I think it's the one that, like, you don't see this as often in terms of multi-hyphenates, is that he's also the set designer.
You are absolutely correct.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to go for something rogue, like set design, costume. But okay, that's impressive.
Next up, the Apollo Theatre has been the home to 3 different Mischief Theatre shows. I would like you to name all 3 of them. When you lock in your answer, I need all 3 at once, and I will give you corresponding points.
I've literally never seen one of the shows.
What 3 shows have they had? So, Play That Goes Wrong, Peter Pan That Goes Wrong.
These are indeed Mischief shows, yes.
I'm talking through my process. I'm talking through. Oh, the Mind Mangler, that was there, wasn't it? Was that at the Apollo?
I can't tell you until you lock in your
No, I
answer.
know,
Don't
I
ask
know,
me.
I know.
Let's go Play That Goes Wrong. Peter
Okay.
Pan Goes Wrong.
Okay.
And I wonder if Mind Mangler was there.
Is that your third guess? Would you like to lock that
That's
in?
my third. Let's lock that in as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Play That Goes Wrong, Peter Pan That Goes Wrong, Grown Ups, Mind Mangler.
That is
Locked in.
4. I'm looking for 3.
Oh, Peter Pan That Goes Wrong, Grown Ups, and Mind Mangler. They're the ones I'm going for.
I am saying Magic Goes Wrong. I am saying The Mind Mangler, and I am saying Peter Pan Goes Wrong. I'm locking in those 3.
It's Peter Pan Goes Wrong. That's one.
It's a good one, too.
There's like a movie night thing, isn't there?
Mischief Movie Night is what you're thinking of, if you
Mischief-
want to lock that
That's
in.
a thing. Let's lock that in. Second. And third, The Play That Goes Wrong.
Okay. Locking that in?
Yes.
I can reveal that the 3 Mischief Theatre shows that have played the Apollo are Mind Mangler,
Ugh. I would never have guessed that.
Magic Goes Wrong, and Peter Pan Goes Wrong. So you did
Yay!
get 1 point there. You got Peter Pan.
Oh, Magic! Oh, I forgot about Magic! That was my favourite one as well!
I was really worried that because I was like, do I know the ones back in the day? And then I remembered the Mind Mangler, and I was like, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be fine.
Next up is the Apollo Victoria. This is a very simple question. What came first? The final performance of Starlight Express in the West End at the Apollo Victoria Theatre, or my birth?
Oh my god, I love that question. I love that.
It's a simple
I
50-50.
also-
Like if you don't know, when do you think Starlight Express closed officially in the West End?
You know what? You're a baby.
You're not going to tell me your age now, but you're quite young.
Wicked opened 2006. You were already alive.
Because it's later than everyone thinks it is. It's the early 2000s.
But I'm also early 2000s.
I feel like it's similar. Might even be the same year, and you're just making me question months. But I think your birth was first.
I'm thinking that Starlight closed first, and then Ellie was born.
I will say the closure came first.
I think Starlight Express closed first, but they might be deceptively close together. I'm going Starlight Express closed first, locking it in.
My birthday, as you know, the year 2002. Starlight Express closed in London 2001.
Oh, yes.
I'm young.
Yeah.
Why did I think it closed in 2004? I definitely thought it closed later.
Question 6, which is very fitting because it's the arts and it's 6 themed.
Ooh.
I would like you to name any of the 6 leading actors from the first cast to perform at the Arts Theatre in 6 in 2017.
In 2017.
Yes. This is not the main cast you're thinking of. This is the first ever cast that played at the Arts. They did it on certain Monday performances before they had a full run there. 1 and you'll get the point.
I literally don't know people's names. It's like I'm making an effort remembering your name right now. I'm joking, that's not true. But I'm terrible with names.
I'm Evie. Evie speaks drama.
So, Theatre Confession. It took me a long time to get round to 6, and now it's up there with one of my favourite shows. I gave it 10 out of 10 last year. I love 6. I've already booked it again to see twice this year. But I wasn't like an early adopter. I'm very late. But I'm ashamed to say I cannot even name... Hang on. Okay, there was one that was recently in the workshop run of Why Am I So Single, and her name is Ellie. No, that's you.
That is me. Hello.
Is it Millie Osborne? Something like that? Oh my god. It's probably so far from what I just guessed. This is just embarrassing. Damn here. Millie Osborne? No, her name is Emma Watson, actually. There's also something Atkinson. I know the first name of one and the second name of the other, so that doesn't help.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to pass.
I'm gonna pass.
I'm so ashamed. But when you say her name, I'm gonna kick myself.
You know what? Let's go with Millie then, because it's Millie.
What surname are you associating with Millie though?
Yeah, this is the thing. I think it's Millie or something. O'Connor. Millie O'Connor. Is it?
You are painfully close. Even if you got her name, that would have been incorrect.
Oh really? Who am I thinking of?
So you were thinking of Millie O'Connell.
Yes, see, Ellie, Millie.
That's what I said. That's why I said it's my accent. Look.
You were closer with Atkinson because out of the 6 original West End queens, the only two to stay from the original 2017 cast, who are all on the cast album as well, are Natalie Paris as Jane Seymour and Amy Atkinson
Amy!
as Catherine Howard. You were so close. That was there to kind of trip you up.
Yeah, it's a tricky
little
one.
bit,
But Mickey J will name every queen.
I'm going to say Izuka Hoyle.
Would be exactly correct. Catherine Parr.
Natalie May Paris did it originally. Someone a lot going.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, because I feel like she doesn't get the flowers, simply because I think like around that time she kind of moved into she does a lot of screen work.
So does Genesis, actually. Genesis was recently in Doctor Who.
But like Genesis like went back and I saw Genesis go back and do Cleves, and Azuka and Christina are the only two that never went back into the show subsequently. But Christina, because she's still in the musical theatre realm, is a little more known. I feel like we don't talk about Izuka Hoyle enough.
I feel like it's worse to come that close than it is to just get it wrong.
I might have given it to you if you could have given me something even remotely close to Amy Atkinson, but you went with the wrong queen.
Fair enough, moving on.
Matilda opened at the Cambridge Theatre in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Imagining the events of the musical took place that year, how old would Matilda be in 2025?
Oh, how dare you. Oh.
So essentially, you've got to take Matilda's age in the musical and work out how old she would be now.
By the way, this is one of my favourite musicals, so I should get this right.
She's starting school, but in the movie she's starting school late. Is that also... I don't think that's a thing in the musical.
In the musical, she's young. Like, people always think she's like 7 or 8, but I think she's even younger.
Yeah, I don't remember how old she is. Probably like 10.
Do you have 2 numbers here? Because there has to be some room for, like, at what time of year is her birthday, surely.
I've got one number here. I'm taking it as the age that she is in the musical plus how many years since it's been.
14 years later, regardless of the fact that statistically she probably hasn't had her birthday this year, but we're not going into that. That's fine.
Don't use the school system against my questioning. I thought this was really clever.
I want to say she's 5 years old. She's really young. Could be 6, but I'm going to say 5. So if she was 5 in 2011, plus 14, she's 19.
I'll go with 23.
I'm going to guess she'd be 22. I think she's 8 in the musical. I've got no idea. 22. We're going to lock it in.
I worked in education for a long time. I'm going to split the difference of all of the numbers floating around my head right now, and I'm going to say 19 years old. Matilda would be 19.
I can tell you that in the musical, Matilda is 5.
Ah, banger.
What?
She is 5 years old. You always think she's
my
older
God.
because they cast a lot older, but she is 5 years old. Yeah, which would make her 19 in 2025. She's an adult now.
She's fully grown adult.
Next question is about the Criterion. What anniversary did the Criterion celebrate in 2024?
This is really embarrassing because I was there. I was at the gala.
So what did they celebrate? Oh, I don't know.
It's pretty. It's very pretty in there, though.
Very pretty, very pretty. But what era is it? That's the question.
My gut says that it's not old school. But I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm going to say 50 years.
I've got no idea. 100.
I think it was 150, and I'm not going to question that in my mind. I'm just going to say it.
Let's say 50.
Unfortunately, you are 100 years off. It celebrated its 150th anniversary last year.
So it is proper old school.
Number 9, The Dominion. How much do you know about We Will Rock You?
I know it's a Queen musical, and I know that it had Kerry Ellis in it at one point.
As well as Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You would often add additional songs to the encore on special anniversaries while they played at Dominion.
Yeah.
Most commonly, a song released just 6 weeks before Freddie Mercury's death in 1991. What is the name of this Queen song?
It was only in the encore.
Only in the encore on special anniversaries.
I really wish I'd listened to that cast album more.
How much do you know about Queen? That's my question.
This is the thing. It's like I know their main songs. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody, Under Pressure.
Pushing
but that
down
one,
on me.
yeah, exactly. I don't feel like it's that one because it's not like curtain call type of song. It's not like super. Yeah.
I'm really struggling to even think of any other Queen song apart from Bohemian Rhapsody.
I know they have that song with like, it's not a Queen song. Just a small town girl. Don't they have that one?
That's not in We Will Rock You.
Is it not? Oh.
All of the music in We Will Rock You is written by Queen.
How is Don't Stop Believing? You know what? I
That's not a Queen song.
yeah.
Do you know Queen through Glee? Is that where you're getting your mix up here?
Oh my god. Shh. Ellie.
Thinking about his later life, songs that came out towards the end, I'm just thinking because I watched Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm torn between a slow song and an upbeat song, and I think a slow song, like, I've forgotten what it's called, so I can't even say that one. It's something like My Life, Love of My Life, which is lovely, but I don't think it would, like, really end a big show. So I'm going to go for one of their, like, big 80s sort of, like, power ballad songs.
I'm just going to go with Who Wants to Live Forever. Is that one of their songs?
I'll go with Under Pressure. Whatever.
Under Pressure.
Which is probably wrong, but yeah.
I'm going to say, was it The Show Must Go On?
I'm going to say The Show Must Go On.
And you would be absolutely correct.
Okay, that was a good guess.
Because it's always so weird. Because it feels so perfect to be in the musical, but it's not in the full version. It was never in the full version at the Dominion.
It is now. They added it in. It wasn't at the Dominion. You're right. Yeah.
That's why it's very specific. I was very specific at the Dominion.
You did. I'm proud of you. That was good. But if you're right, if you look at all the Queen songs, that's effortlessly the most theatrical. It's in, fun fact, because it's in the Moulin Rouge movie, but it's not in the stage version.
Ah.
Can we end this video here? Because I feel like this is going to be really bad for my branding.
On the marquee for the play that goes wrong at the Duchess, they state that a certain Hollywood celebrity will not be starring in the show tonight. Who is this celebrity?
You're really outing me that I've not seen so many of these shows and therefore not been to the theatre.
I'm really surprised. Have you not seen Play That Goes Wrong? I'm really surprised.
I saw it on tour. I haven't seen it in town. Hugh Jackman. I'm going to lock it in.
Oh my God. Tom Cruise, final answer. I don't know where that came from. I
think it's Tom Cruise.
Oh, it's Tom Cruise.
That is exactly correct.
Yes!
Look at you.
I do not know how I know that.
It's always a fun gag. If they ever close that show in London, they have to get Tom Cruise to come on stage at the end.
He comes to London a lot, but it's to go to a Scientology church in the greater Sussex area. Fun fact.
Question 11 for the
Yep.
Duke of York's is your first guesstimate question. You want to get as close to the correct answer as you can. If you are the closest answer out of everyone's answer, I will award that the point if no one gets the exact correct answer.
Okay.
If you get the answer exactly correct, you will get an extra point on top.
And a car?
This is a way to cut away your competition.
I like the sound of that.
How many seats are there at the Duke of York's Theatre?
I was there on Tuesday of this week.
Yep.
I didn't count the seats, and I'm not making that mistake again. Listen, henceforth, I'm going into a West End theatre. Erin's trying to make small talk with me about the show. I'm like, hold on. I'm going up to box office. I'm like, how many? I'm quite bad at conceptualizing seats.
Duke of York's isn't massive.
And it's going to be somewhere less than 1,000, but not that much. Am I completely deluding myself? No, I think it's... Okay. I've completely confused myself now about how many seats there are in buildings.
Yeah, I think it's probably like over 1,000.
I'm going to go for over 1,000 seats. 1,125 seats.
I'm gonna go with that because that's a number that just spoke to me. I'm gonna say 978.
978. Locking that in?
I am, to my regret.
1,236.
Let's do 500. 500.
500. You are the closest.
Oh, wow. Really?
The Duke of York's, in its normal positioning, so when it doesn't have on-stage seating, seats 650 people.
Way less.
Way less. It's small.
Way
It's smaller
less.
than you would think.
Oh my god, I've doubled. Okay, I'm really interested to see what everyone else will say though.
You are indeed the second closest.
That's not a number I like to hear.
Ladies, gentlemen, they, thems, non-binary besties, I got him.
Nothing. Watch me get nothing right after this because I'm just too consumed by the Duke of York's Theatre. Every single time I talk about it, I'm going to be like, I sat down on Tuesday night in one of the Duke of York's theatres, 650 seats.
Question 12 is about the Fortune Theatre. The Fortune was the first London theatre to be built after which war? How many wars have Britain been part of? You've got a good shot of 2 here.
Yes.
Unless you think it's really recent, it was after the Falklands War.
Imagine I was like, Gough. No, it was the first West End theatre to be built after the TV show Foyle's War. Underrated.
Were they
What a
helped
gem.
by Dad's army?
Yeah. Let's say the Second World War.
The Second World War.
Second World War.
Okay, I'm going to go for World War One.
Which is completely correct, yes. It was the first theatre to be built in London after World War
Wow.
One. Question 13 is about the Garrick, and I know you're very excited for this. This is your first music round.
Oh, yes.
So, you will get 1 point for guessing the correct musical, and another point if you can give me the correct song.
Have you made this on like GarageBand or something?
Oh, no. I know when I know something. Like, my brain has got drawers
Yeah.
of musicals and shows, and if it's not in a drawer, I know that my brain hasn't got that one in its brain.
I have literally never heard this in my life.
Oh, you have?
Oh god. That's really hard.
This is the easier musical.
There's a familiarity.
It is a musical
definitely.
that we both enjoy.
And musicals at the Garrick, not that many because of the nature of the space.
Wow, it sounds good.
It sounds jazzy.
I've been in London for 7 years.
It played within those 7 years.
No. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Trying to think how much do I help you?
I don't need your quiz mistress pity.
I can tell you that this was a musical that played at the Garrick fairly recently.
Okay, recent history. I mean, Why Am I So Single was just at the Garrick. Are we talking that recent?
Do you think that is a song from Why Must Single?
Oh, gosh. My engagement ring just fell off. That's a bad omen. That's what Erin's going to leave me because I'm going to be awake all night just singing that over and over in my head, gently rocking backwards and forwards, regretting every decision that led me to this moment. Ba, 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 ba. How many times do you want to have me doing that in the edit? Ba, 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 ba.
I know for sure there was one there before that I never got to see. And so because I never got to see it and I know it was at the Garrick, I'm just going to go for that. It's the only logic I can think of at the moment. So I'm going to go for Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, Bonnie and Clyde. But I don't know what the song is.
I feel like this was there at some point.
Yeah.
So let's
okay.
go with it's not gonna be that. Bonnie and Clyde.
Is correct.
You are joking.
Now, did you ever see Bonnie and Clyde?
I did!
No, it's not coming to me, but I am going to guess something. The Drifter's Girl.
That is not the Drifter's Girl. That, you're going to kick yourself, is Bonnie and Clyde.
Which bit? This is confusing my brain.
You can pass it. You can pass it if you want.
No, I have no idea.
It's too late to turn back now.
It's too late to turn back now.
Yeah, it's the little instrumental riff going into My Mistake Was Loving You, which I can't sing, so that was off key.
Oh, it's the sexy instrumental.
Yes, it's the sexy instrumental. Next up, The Gielgud. So, the curious incident of the Dog in the Nighttime opened at this theatre in 2014. Which theatre did it transfer from, and why did it transfer? So I will give you a point if you can tell me the theatre, and another point if you can give me the reason.
So I love this play. I've seen it twice, but only on tour. I've never seen it in London.
I don't know. I only saw it at the Gielgud. I wasn't aware of it being anywhere else.
I feel like it's such a national theatre type of show. I don't know.
I'm just gonna guess that it was at the National Theatre in the Olivier Theatre. Let's say it moved theatres because it had to move because the theatre it was in wanted to put on Starlight Express. And that's why it had to move.
Is it something stupid where it transferred, like, next door? Did it transfer from the Apollo because of a flood?
Let's say the Apollo.
Is exactly correct. Yeah,
Stop.
it transferred
Ellie,
from
stop.
next door. It transferred from next door to the Apollo.
Like Jimmy and Thoroughly Modern Millie, I've turned the corner because I know the answer to this question. We're bringing it back. This transferred from the Apollo Theatre because of a structural collapse of the roof during their time there. I think I saw it a couple weeks before this happened. I saw it at the Apollo. And we should add that the roof is now fine.
So unfortunately, it was not because the National Theatre wanted to put on Starlight Express.
Okay, damn it.
Could you imagine the National Theatre doing Starlight Express?
I'd watch it.
All right, next up, the Gillian Lynn. The Gillian Lynn is on the grounds of a theatre that closed in 1959 that shares its name with a Broadway theatre. What is the name of this theatre? It is either the Nederlander, the Imperial, the Winter Garden, or the Majestic.
The Winter Garden would be really fortuitous because that's where Cats went. And obviously Cats was at the New London, now the Gillian Lynn. I get why we'd call a theatre the Imperial, but it's not a good look. But then maybe that's why that changed.
Imperial.
I'll go the Nederlander.
I'm gonna go with the Winter Garden Theatre.
I'm going to go with the Winter Garden. I'm locking it in.
That is correct. It is indeed the Winter Garden.
Really? That was the one that was like, oh, that sounds so over the top. But I guess theatre.
Question 16 is for the Harold Pinter Theatre. And the Harold Pinter Theatre celebrated its namesake with the Pinter at the Pinter season in 2018 and 2019. This culminated in a production of Betrayal directed by which theatre director? I reckon if you take a stab in the dark and name like one director you know, you'll probably get it.
Jamie Lloyd.
Jamie Lloyd did that one, I'm sure.
That would be Jamie Lloyd.
No idea. Let's go, Jamie Lloyd.
Is exactly correct, yes.
Stop!
Yeah, Jamie Lloyd, he did a lot on that season, but it culminated with Betrayal, which starred Tom Hiddleston. And now Tom Hiddleston is working once again with Jamie Lloyd on Much Ado About Nothing. So yeah.
I am literally
Fun fact.
gonna play the lottery today. Like, this is just insane.
Next up is His Majesty's Theatre, and this is your next guesstimate question.
Okay.
His Majesty's Theatre changes its name to match the gender of the current monarch of the United Kingdom. This last happened in 2023 with the ascension of Charles III. But how many times has the theatre on this site changed its name in line with this tradition?
So including the most recent one, that's one.
So I'm including the most recent one, but I'm not including its original name. So it's how many times has it changed it?
So how long has it been around and how many royals have we had in that time?
It's not even how many royals, how many different gendered royals have we had? And how many line up
Yeah.
with the period it's been open for?
You are correct in saying it changed its name with the changing of the gender of the monarch, but it does make it sound like the King Charles just transitioned. That is what it sounds like you're suggesting happened.
I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, because Elizabeth was there for like 90-something years. How old can this theatre be? Because
She was 90, but she wasn't born and then made queen as...
oh yeah, fair enough.
I don't remember the Horrible History song. I'm very sorry.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard,
William,
John.
yeah. The ceiling, I'm not looking this in, would be 3. How old do I think that theatre is? These guesstimates are not doing well for me.
I'm gonna say 3.
Let's say 3 times.
I'm just going to go for 3. It could be low, actually, but I'm going for 3.
Okay, random guess, but we're gonna go with 4.
Very, very close. You've given a good guesstimate there because it's actually 5. So it started previously as the Queen's Theatre for Queen Anne.
That's not good news.
1705, it was the Queen's Theatre for Queen Anne.
Yep.
Changed to the King's Theatre for George I. Changed to Her Majesty's for Victoria. Changed to His Majesty's for Edward VII. Changed to Her Majesty's for Elizabeth II. And His Majesty's once again now in 2023 for Charles III.
Every day's a school day.
You know, you could still be the closest.
I feel like I'm not.
You aren't, but I thought you might feel it better. Next up, London Palladium. The London Palladium was home to the ill-fated musical I Can't Sing. But despite this, it featured a cast of actors who have moved on to have very successful careers, including Cynthia Erivo, who played Shanice, and multiple actors who can be currently seen in the cast of Oliver at the Gielgud. I would like you to name either of the 2 actors who currently have a leading role in the current cast of Oliver at the Gielgud, who are also in I Can't Sing.
I was hoping you weren't going to name Cynthia Erivo because I remember watching that on the variety
one
show.
you know.
I think that it's not the actor that plays Fagin. I think it's the actor that plays Mr. Bumble. And he is hilarious. And I think he was in I Can't Sing.
I will give you his name because he's Oscar Colin Murray, if I remember correctly.
I haven't looked very much into Oliver, so I don't even know who's in there. Even if I know
damn.
who the person is, I don't know who is in the cast. No, I can't even take a guess. I don't even know.
I'm gonna go Simon Lipkin was in it.
I can give you both as the overachiever that I've always been.
You won't get bonus points though, I'm sorry.
Simon Lipkin puppeteered a dog. He was
That
her
is
dog.
correct. He was a little
and
dog.
I believe Katie Seacombe was also like a Welsh would-be X Factor contestant.
Yes. Those are the two.
Yeah.
You got both of them. The Lyceum Theatre was originally planned to be demolished in 1939, along with a handful of other Strand-based theatres before plans eventually fell through. The final production before this long period of closure was a production of which Shakespeare play starring Sir John Gielgud?
Do you know what's hard about this question? It seems so inconceivable now, even with what Jamie Lloyd's doing, to think of A, anything other than the Lion King being in the Lyceum, but B, Shakespeare in the Lyceum.
I'll go with Macbeth.
Okay, we're gonna lock in Othello.
It was Twelfth Night.
I should have paid more attention during the motive and the cue. See, they talk a lot in that about Hamlet and him having played Hamlet and also directing Richard Burton as Hamlet, and he had done Hamlet at one point. I'm going to say Hamlet.
You are correct.
Oh my
It
God.
was Hamlet. Your next question is your next guesstimate question. Because of the early closure of aspects of Love at the Lyric, the theatre saw a very high number of shows and concerts throughout 2023. How many times did I visit the Lyric that year? The answer for how many different shows and how many times I visited are exactly the same.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my god, you're ridiculous for that one.
That's a great question.
At this time, I would like to use my phone a friend.
Who's your friend, me?
Imagine your phone starts ringing and I'm like, Ellie, I'm doing this thing.
We're already on a phone call on my phone.
Okay, so it's a lot of times.
I'm gonna guess 12 times.
12.
12 times.
And now, Mickey tries to remember every show at the Lyric in 2023.
You saw Aspects of Love. It opened in May. Oh, I think there might have been a 222 in there. But I don't think you saw that necessarily. Unless that was the Cheryl one and you went to see Cheryl. I think maybe you did go to see Cheryl. I've been trying not to look at your face, but I'm enjoying the poker face for this one. I could see you in Casino Royale. I think the Mind Mangler was that year. I think you did Cake. I think you did Bebes. I think you did Boy Out the City and Bloody L. I'm going to throw in at least one visit to the Lyric pre-Aspects of Love, and there being one other piece of programming in that back-to-back section of things towards the end of the year that I've forgotten about because there's bound to be, and I'm going to round up to a healthy 8 visits in the year 2023.
So I did go see 222. I went with you. I was there at the same performance you were at to see Cheryl. We went together.
I'm never coming back from this.
The correct answer is 9. Which makes you the closest, so you gain 1 point.
We love a win by default. What were the other ones?
222, Aspects of Love. Then the next one I saw was Death Note there. Because I didn't catch it at Palladium, I caught it at Lyric. You were right with Babies, Cake, Boy Out the City, and Bloody Hell, which I counted as 2 separates, yes.
Was it Mind Mangler? Was I right about Mind Mangler?
No, that was at the Apollo, and you already answered
that's
that
not even
earlier
the
in the
right
quiz that was
theatre.
at the Apollo the next year. Oh, Peter Pan. Peter Pan goes wrong. That was the thing that was there just before Hadestown.
That was the
that was the transition. And then there's one more show that I'm forgetting. What?
I feel less bad about forgetting that you were at 222 with me if you've also forgotten where you
I've
were.
only forgotten one show. Because Super You.
Which I was also at. But if you don't even remember the shows you saw with you, then I'm not expected to.
It's 9 different shows. It was too many shows. Next up, Noel Coward, where we saw the UK premiere of Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen then went on to win the Olivier Award for Best New Musical in 2020. I am looking for the 3 other musicals nominated in that category that year. This is a multiple answer question, so I am going to ask you to give me all 3 of your answers at once.
You're talking to somebody who has ADHD and memory problems. I can't remember yesterday, let alone the Oliviers in 2020.
I can just hear Mickey saying these, rolling off the tongue.
What was the third?
But what are the 2 you're thinking of?
Amelie and Juliet. What was the third? 2020. Challenging times. Difficult year. A season interrupted. A year preempted. A nation brought to its knees.
Technically not. It was only the Olivier ceremony that got interrupted because the season ended as it always does in February.
Yeah. So as I said, a season finished.
I can't think of anyone at the right time.
You may be wondering, why is Ellie laughing so much? Well, this is one of the answers.
No, I literally can't think of it. Wait, let me look at my wall.
So we're going to go with ones that I know are not right, but I'm just going to say them. Wicked.
Bestie, don't go Wicked.
Part of me wants to say something like Waitress. I'm going to go for Jersey Boys. Hamilton.
So that's your 3.
Yeah.
Waitress, Hamilton, Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
Amelie could have been one, right? No, it wasn't.
I mean, look, you haven't got many other answers. If you want to guess Amelie,
Go on then.
okay,
Go on.
pick 2 other musicals from your wall.
Let's go Frozen. Yeah. Let's go Cabaret.
And Juliet? Is that one? Is that an option? Hamilton and Juliet. And we're going to go Frozen.
Might it be the Prince of Egypt? Amelie and Juliet, the Prince of Egypt. I don't feel good about that.
Did you notice I was laughing really hard?
No.
Because you leant slightly and went, what musicals have opened that year? Perfectly framing yourself behind the Amelie poster behind you.
Like, at the right time.
And if you look slightly above that, you'll see And Juliet, which also was that year too. The other one Looking at the other awards wouldn't have really helped you because this musical, if I'm correct, I think was only nominated in one other category. It was Waitress.
Oh.
Oh, of course, Waitress. Yeah. I should have got that. I loved Waitress.
Your next question is a question about the Novello Theatre, and this is your next music round. I am looking for the title of the musical and the title of the song.
This better be the show I want it to be. I'm not convinced that is the show I want it to be.
The end bit sounds like the beginning of Home and Away. But that's not my guess, just to be clear. My guess is not Home and Away.
I feel like I may have listened to this before.
You'll know this musical, you will not associate it with this theatre.
Yeah, I generally do not know anything that played there before Mamma Mia.
It's giving sort of last 5 years. It's also giving me If Then, but I know that hasn't been in the UK.
Yeah, because obviously the concert is the first time that that's coming over properly.
Yeah, yeah.
You are on the kind of right line with vibes, though. And you're thinking very Broadway, which is definitely correct.
Yeah, I feel like it's something like romantic. It's something like it's romance. Okay. Let's go, chess.
Okay, I have absolutely no idea, but we're gonna go with Merrily We Roll Along.
Something just... I don't even know if this show was at the Novello, but something just spoke to me and said love story.
It is not love story.
What if it was, though? Are you sure? Consider that it might be.
In line with kind of thinking about If Then, which I know is coming to the UK soon, last 5 years, very small show, I'm going to guess something like Spring Awakening.
You are absolutely correct.
Great.
You are absolutely correct. Can you hazard a guess at the title of the song?
Oh my God, absolutely not.
I don't think I can, because this is going to shock. I really don't know Spring Awakening that well. This is one of my... I know.
Crime.
I know. Gasp all you want. Pinocchio is never going to swim inside. Is it Left Behind?
It's not. Close placement. The correct answer is that is a song called The Guilty Ones from Spring Awakening.
No!
Yep.
Spring Awakening is one of my freaking favorite shows. Are you joking?
And I knew that.
I hate you. You're a villain. You're just sitting there like,
Next question is about the Palace Theatre. Now, before there was Prada, Priscilla at the Palace was the original theatre to place a giant high heel onto their marquee. What colour was this shoe?
I'm gonna guess purple.
pink. Wait. No, let's do gold.
Silver. I think it was silver. I'm sure I've got an image of it being silver.
It was silver.
Yes, it was. It was like a silvery white. I would have accepted either.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like glowed silvery.
Yeah, she was glittery. Yeah, better times.
Your next question is about the Phoenix Theatre, and I don't really feel qualified to give the question here. So could you please go and unspoil the video I've sent you?
Of course.
Ah, there's our girl.
Hello, my name's Lydia, also known as Theatrical Lydia, and Come From Away opened at the Phoenix Theatre before it embarked on its UK tour, which sadly it has just wrapped up. And you may have seen that I followed the UK tour in 2024, doing good deeds as I went, spreading lots and lots of kindness. But my question to you is, how many cities did I pay it forward in 2024?
Oh, Lydia.
I had a feeling that was going to be the question. That's so fun and cute.
So this is another guesstimate question. I am looking for how many UK cities did Lydia do a pay it forward in? If she did multiple pay it forwards in one city, that counts as one.
I'm going to guess 18. I've gone the higher end of where I think, but she did a lot. Our girl went all the way around the country.
It's definitely going to be double digits. I also think, I'm just going to put it out there, I think I should get a bonus point because I actually helped on one of the pay it forwards.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to say 14 places.
I wish I knew how many cities the tour had visited, because then I could kind of try, and because I was following it at the time, and I was like, oh, she's doing that one. It's just going to have to be a guess. I'm going to say 13.
The funny thing is that I was there when she went on stage and they said it. Like, they gave us all the numbers.
And she had more after that as well, because you went in Wimbledon, didn't you?
Exactly. Let's say 14.
The correct answer is 20.
Lydia, icon, seriously.
But well done to Lydia for doing that. That was incredible, the amount of stuff she did.
Question 25. Jane Krakowski returns to London this year, but she could be seen in which classic musical at the Piccadilly back in 2005?
Oh, I went to a musical. She was there. It was Starlight Express. She was in Starlight Express at some point.
She was in Starlight Express at some point, but you do also know that Starlight Express closed in London in 2001, so...
Also, I wouldn't say Starlight Express is a classic.
So I'm just going to guess 42nd Street.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I don't know.
Oh my god, what's the name of that show that was at the Barbican with Stephanie J. Block?
Kiss Me Kate is what you're thinking of.
Kiss Me Kate. I'm locking in. Kiss Me Kate.
Guys and Dolls. It was Guys and Dolls.
It was Guys and Dolls. Look at you. There you go. That was quick.
What a cast. Ewan McGregor, Jenna Russell,
Yeah.
Douglas Hodge, Jane Krakowski. That's like if I had a time machine fodder right there.
26. The Playhouse. Currently known as the Kit Kat Club, the Playhouse Theatre was used by Queen as the set for which music video?
I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to be the same answer I've already given earlier in this quiz, but are you double bluffing me? That would be a really rogue and chaotic thing to do, and I know you to be a rogue and chaotic person.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
We will rock you.
I'm going to go rogue with something like a Under Pressure. Let's say Under Pressure.
Ooh. Going rogue was a very good idea for his, because it's not one of the big Queen songs you would think of, but unfortunately, it's not Under Pressure. It is another song that is in We Will Rock You, though. It's A Kind of Magic.
Oh, didn't even enter my head. I could have told you 20 Queen songs before It's a Kind of Magic.
Question 27. When converted back into a full-time theatre in 1978, the Prince Edward Theatre saw productions of Evita, Chess, and Anything Goes. Those three productions all have one thing in common. Who is it?
Evita, Chess, and Anything Goes.
Specifically the productions at the Prince Edward.
Well, it's not the same composer. Are we talking cast or creatives?
I've said who.
Who? It's a person.
Yeah, I'll pass because I know nothing about chess. I literally know nothing.
Tim Rice?
That would be Elaine Page.
Elaine Page.
Is absolutely correct.
Yay!
The thing is, obviously, because of how like the time periods work, like Evita was at that theatre for like 10 years. Obviously, she didn't do it like consistently, but if you look at the back-to-back productions on Wikipedia, it's Evita starring Elaine Page, Chess starring Elaine Page, Anything Goes starring Elaine Page.
I've just had a quick Google. Do you think I should get half a point? Because he was involved in Chess, he was involved in Evita, and he co-produced Anything Goes.
By the way I phrased the question, absolutely, that is fair. And you know what? I won't even give you a half point. I will give you a full point. Can you guess the other link that Jack managed to get?
The steady rise of fascism. It's hard to find in Anything Goes. You've really got to look for it.
I need to get back to you on this. We're going to do a movie. We're going to do a movie quiz and then you're going to see. And then you're going to see.
Question 28 is your final music round. So I'm looking for a show that played at the Prince of Wales.
That's something. I can almost hear the end of the phrase.
I don't know, it sounds very grand. I feel like it's an oldie. Sounds slightly golden agey.
The first thing I thought was Carousel.
I'm not going to say Rodgers and Hammerstein because I love their music, so I should recognise it. So then it makes me think maybe Sondheim.
Oh, it could be a bit... I know it's a bit Bernstein-y. It's a bit of West Side Story.
And if it is Sondheim, then maybe Sunday in the Park with George?
Is it something like Top Hat? I don't know if that's been there. Top Hat.
I'm going to guess. Lock it in. Chess.
That tonally sounds the closest, and I can't think of anything else that makes more sense for it than that, so I'm going to say West Side Story.
Okay. This is Aspects of Love.
Oh, God. What a double slap in the face.
So this was a question meant to trick you, because I was hoping you'd go, oh, it's Aspects of Love, and here's a specific song. This is actually the orchestral introduction to Act 2.
Great. Good. I'm so glad.
So I haven't seen any of the shows in the music round or have any of the cast recordings on my list.
I promise you, I'm putting this into the video. I promise you, I will do another game show, and I will do it completely on music, and I will get you back in, and you will win.
No, but it's good, because I'm going to go and listen to Aspects of Love, I'm going to listen to Bonnie and Clyde, and I'm going to listen to Spring Awakening.
Please absolutely don't listen to Aspects of Love.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
Okay.
Question 29. Legally Blonde played the Savoy Theatre in 2010 and was the first West End show to introduce what type of Broadway ticketing practice? I'm going to first ask you for what this ticketing practice is, and then there is a bonus point up for grabs once you've answered the first question.
Do you know what? I'm still upset about Aspects of Love. I'm not going to recover from that quickly. Which Broadway ticketing practice?
So dynamic pricing? Is that what you would call it?
I'm thinking something like day seats or a lottery, maybe, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go for a lottery.
Did they bring over the lottery? I'm locking in the lottery, the ticket lottery.
I'll say, like, Rush.
It wasn't Rush. You've got the spirit of it. If you can give me the other one in one single guess, I will give it to you.
Lottery?
Was indeed the first show to bring over a ticket lottery. You will get a bonus point if you can correctly guess how much those tickets were sold for.
Oh, listen now, back in the day. This was a few years before Mormon, which I believe were 25 squids. They might even have been 20.
The rushes and lotteries now range around 25 to 30.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's been a lot of inflation.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go 15 pounds.
£20.
I'm going to say this could have been £20. 20 English pounds GBP, not adjusted for inflation. Accurate at the time.
I'm going to be generous and say that they said £10 per ticket, but it could be more. I'm going to say £10.
You have just won 2 points.
Really? It was a tenner?
It was exactly £10, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simpler times, my goodness.
Only Hamilton now does that. And that's only because of the $10 founding father thing, which doesn't work as well because £10, but...
As if I'm realising that now in real time. I just thought they were incredibly generous.
Next up is about the Shaftesbury Theatre, where And Juliet played. Either side of the main And Juliet logo, they had 2 giant poster boards. Originally, these were a list of all the songs in the musical, but towards the end of the run, after COVID, around like 2022, they changed these, and it was like this until the end of the run. I am looking for what these poster boards said. I'll give you a point for each. If you can give me both 2 points, you give me 1 point.
It's probably like quotes from the show.
It could be, could not be.
It must be so fun to be the host of this.
This is the rudest question I have in this entire quiz, and I'm so sorry for it.
I feel a little shafted by the Shaftesbury question, I'm not going to lie.
Like, I don't know what it is, so I'm just trying to think of, like, some sort of little joke that they would do. Okay, let's go, one of them, let's go with, like, there is life after Romeo. Second guess, can't stop this feeling.
Hear me roar? I don't know, I'm trying to think of quotes from the show. Something about a love story, but I don't know what.
Can you give me that? Because you are on the right lines. If you can give me something a little bit closer, I will give you the point for that.
A different kind of love story.
I don't think you're close enough.
Okay, so I think they're going to be lyrics from the show, because I think that's what they use in their marketing. I'm going to go for Baby One More Time. And then the other one, Raw. Let's go for Raw. I'm just going to go for another song lyric. Katy Perry, Raw.
I could vaguely see it when you were describing it. There was a Romeo line. They sell a lot of Romeo Who merchandise, but I don't think it was that. I think it was it like, what if there was life after Romeo? Can you tell me halfway through if do I have to do both?
I'd like both, please.
We'd all like lots of things. Okay. Oh, this is paining me. I'm in pain. I'm in pain.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. This question is evil.
I'm in pain and I'm wet and I'm still hysterical. Whoa. Was it like Shakespeare remixed? Was there something to do with remixed, or is that a sixth thing? The greatest, was it like the greatest love story remixed?
Is that what you'd like to look in?
Something to that effect. Yeah.
The first poster board was really simple. It said the multi-award-winning musical. The other poster board, towards the end of the run, said the greatest love story of all time remixed. I can give you 1 point for that.
My heart's sped up a lot right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Our next question is about the youngest West End theatre at Soho Place. As of January 2025, how many productions have there been at Soho Place since it opened? I will clarify that this is any space in that theatre that has done a full advertised run and sold tickets, and the Death of England trilogy will count as 3 different shows.
I'm not going to name them all because I won't know them all, but I know that Little Big Things was a big musical that was there. Heathers has played there.
Yeah.
3 Death of England's, Red Pitch. This is the thing, I don't remember what is currently there.
Which you should know because it's fantastic and more people need to go and see it. Oh my god.
Just through like recent memory now, obviously it's currently Kyoto. They had the Nick Mohammed Mr. Swallow over Christmas.
There was something before the Little Big Things that opened there, so I'm just going to count that as 7.
I can only think of the one show that's been in the studio space, which was the Accessible Pantomime.
The studio space, I don't know, but I'm going to guess at least 3 different productions there.
Red Rabbit, White
Yeah.
Rabbit, Red Rabbit.
Red Rabbit, Yellow Lorry. I never get the colours of those rabbits right. They opened with Marvellous. As You Like It may have been the next thing. Did Sophie Oconido do Medea? I was going to say Antony and Cleopatra, but she did that at the National. I think it was Medea. Whatever Sophie Oconido did. Brokeback, there was Little Big Things. I've lost all sense of timeline now, and I'm just picking things out. Little Big Things was there for a long time. Heathers, of course. Nearly forgot about Heathers.
Those are the ones I can remember. So just to be on the safe side, I'll go with 9.
I'm going to go with 12.
I'm going to go for 11.
I think there was at least one more thing in that opening season with As You Like It, and then I think there's just one more I'm just forgetting from there, so I'm just going to add on a number there. We're going to lock in 15.
I can tell you you're one off. It was 14.
Oh, I went
which
too
I
high.
do think makes you the closest. In only a couple of years,
Yeah,
they've been trucking along.
yeah, and what a variety.
I thought you were going to get it exactly. If you hadn't added another one for good luck, you would have gained an additional point on top.
This is
Getting
what you've
exactly
done to
correct.
me with this. You've destabilized my certainty about everything I thought that I knew.
This next question is my favourite fun fact out of this entire quiz. And it's all about the Sondheim Theatre, because this used to be known as the Queen's Theatre before Cameron Mackintosh changed the name to celebrate the late great Stephen Sondheim. But this was not the first theatre that Cameron Mackintosh publicly planned to call the Sondheim. Which West End theatre did he initially reveal plans to rename to the Sondheim Theatre back in 2015?
So I think it would have replaced one of the theatres that's named after royalty, because I don't think you would replace necessarily another actor or writer or choreographer. Let's go for Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales. So you are going for a theatre he currently owns.
Yeah.
The Apollo.
You know what? Let's go with the Savoy.
This, I believe, was the Ambassadors.
That is correct. This is a fact I only learnt a little bit ago, and I love this fact so much.
I knew this because I was knocking about in 2015, and I think this was discussed on like the Broadway World message boards where I would have been in 2015. And the idea behind it was that it was going to be a kind of a space that off West End shows could transfer to.
And he's going to build another tier on top as well. The only thing I don't know is why the plans fell through.
There's always so many reasons, but
Yeah.
I do think it's objectively funny to look at the Ambassadors and think like, do you know what? We could fit more people in here. Like one of the few theatres where if you want to like use a bathroom, you have to go outside and then come back in through a different door. And only Sir Cameron McIntosh goes into that bit and is like, do you know, another circle. I'm seeing nothing here if not wasted potential.
Your next question is about the theatre next door to the Ambassadors, the St. Martin's Theatre. The St. Martin's Theatre is known for being the current home to the longest running play, The Mousetrap. But how many years of its 73-year run has it played at this theatre? This is your next guesstimate question.
I think it moved fairly early on. The Ambassadors used to be called the New Ambassadors, and I wonder if that has something to do with it, or if that's just a completely unrelated trivia fun fact.
I'm gonna go 69.
A fantastic guess.
32. It's a complete stab in the dark.
I'm going to say, and this could be very wrong, I'm going to say 58 years.
I'll say 51. I don't know why.
Are you
but...
fucking kidding me?
What? Is that right?
That is exactly correct. That is dead on.
I am not joking. I am playing the lottery today.
So far, no one has guessed completely correctly for the guesstimates. You are the first person to guess exactly correct.
I feel good about the Spring Awakening question now. I got an extra point.
Question 34. The Theatre Royal Drury Lane is split between the King's side and the Prince's side, and also is one of the few theatres to feature two royal boxes, one on either side of the theatre. This dates back to which English king?
Do you know what I should have done? I should have let you finish singing that horrible history song earlier on.
You were talking His Majesty. So that was like George, Victoria, Edward.
I've actually Googled this before when I've been in there, and I've seen the Prince and the King's side, and I've been like, why is it called that? I go on these deep dives. I know everything about that theatre for about a week, and then something new comes along.
Charles II liked the theatre. I think the more time I spend floundering on this, the more I'm going to embarrass myself with my lack of historical knowledge, because I didn't grow up watching horrible histories. I grew up watching Bernadette Peters on The Muppet Show, which tells you everything, doesn't it? I'm going to say
I
Charles...
did grow up with horrible histories, though. I was on the game show.
Yeah, yeah. And that tells us everything about this. Yeah. I'm going to say Charles II.
Charles II.
Let's say George.
Okay, which one?
King George.
Which one?
George II.
The third. Is there even a King George III?
And you're absolutely correct.
Wow. Okay, maybe it did stay in there.
You assume that's a king that I will recognise.
He's literally the king in Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Question 35 is about the Theatre Royal Haymarket. Now, this is a big playhouse. Are you confident about answering a question about a playhouse?
Have I been confident at all throughout this entire video? No, of course not.
Great, because this question's about Heathers. Heathers has become such a cult classic in London, popping up in theatres such as the Other Palace, Soho Place, and of course the Theatre Royal Haymarket. With its many returns and tour stops, how many times has Heathers opened a separate run in London? This is a guesstimate question.
That is so many times. Okay.
So obviously the initial run at the Other Palace, I'm assuming we're not counting the workshop. Why would we? Then the Theatre Royal Haymarket, where it only had the one initial run, but it did have that little mid-pandemic, whatever we were doing, return that seemed like a good idea at the time and was probably misguided health-wise.
Other Palace, it's been there 3 times in total. That's a guess. And then it's definitely been at Wimbledon, because I went to watch it in Wimbledon. It's
Just
been
once?
at Wimbledon twice.
Richmond. Is Richmond in that? Yeah, Richmond's in that. I'm having a London versus Surrey thing, because like Kingston doesn't. You're giving Mona Lisa right now. I've lost track of my own counting, but we're going to just try and make up a tour number, because that's going to be my undoing.
I'm going to lock in 8.
I'm going to go 6.
To be on the safe side, I'm going to say 8 times.
What we're saying 9. We're saying 9.
It has played 8 stops.
8.
You are one off, however, you are not the closest because both Jack and Barbara guessed 8.
I'm joint closest. No, they won.
I thought they opened and closed the other palace more than 2 times. That's why I
No,
was like,
it's
okay,
only 2
one
times.
extra.
Only 2 times.
Okay,
It just kept
okay.
extending at the other palace. It only
Yeah.
opened twice. It was the initial
Six
first
extensions,
run and
That's
the
what I
return run when Ken Wright Productions took over the other palace. Question 36. Clueless will be opening at the Trafalgar Theatre next month and features a newly written score, unlike the previous off-Broadway version, which had been a jukebox musical. Which of these 5 songs was not in that production? No Scrubs, Fashion, Bye Bye Bye, Barbie Girl, Groove is in the Heart.
Groove is in the Heart feels like the wrong era, but then I'm bad at the passage of time.
There's one song in that list that I've never heard of before.
Fashion. What song is that?
Fashion. Never heard of that before.
Which is by David Bowie.
by David Bowie. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I feel like that has to be there. No Scrubs also has to be there.
2 of those are in Cruel Intentions, but I'm not going to say you've put one of them in, but like one of them has to be right if only one of them was not in it.
What was the 5th one?
Groove is in the Heart.
Oh, I don't know that song. Do I?
Groove is in the heart. I will have to cut this because I don't want to get copyrighted.
I know Bye 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 is kind of giving, like, it's giving Anne Juliet vibes because I think it might be the same producer, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't be in that.
Also, Barbie Girl is weird, but I guess it could work for Clueless.
Then again, Clueless, the new version of Clueless has a song called Human Barbie.
I'm going to go with my first instinct, which was Groove is in the Heart.
Let's go for Barbie Girl not being in Clueless.
Let's go with whatever that song that I don't know.
You want to go Groove is in the Heart?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Fashion.
Is absolutely the correct answer.
Oh, yay!
There's 2 ways you could have got this. Because Clueless is a very famous 90s film.
This is what I was
Fashion.
trying to think. Yeah.
Fashion is actually an 80s song, if I remember correctly. But it was a double bluff because Fashion was in the film.
You.
I'm a tricky You're at the end of the quiz. I had to make it more difficult. Your next question is about the vaudeville, and is your second question about Six. I would like you to give me the exact date that Six is booking until in the West End right now. I will give you a point for the correct date, for the correct month, and the correct year, whether it's booking to 2025 or 2026.
Okay, so if I wanted to book a ticket to watch Six in the West End right now in the early part of 2025, could I book a ticket for next year?
Let's say May 24th, 2026.
So we're going to guess the 3rd of April, 2026.
For the sake of whimsy, in my confusion, and the hope that I get at least one of these points, I'm going to say it's booking until the 6th of June, 2026.
Let's err on the safe side and say that it's not booking into 26. 12 months is quite a long way away. So let's say that it's kind of winter this year. You could get tickets for August, November. I'm going to say November the 6th because it's 6.
It is currently booking until November 2025, but it's the 30th.
Wow.
Oh no! I thought I had longer to go and see it.
As you can see, these final questions are the big pointers. These are giving you extra points because that was worth 3. Our next question is worth 4 points. The longest running musical at the Victoria Palace was the musical Billy Elliot. This musical made a big impression both at the Tony Awards and the Olivier Awards. What I am looking for is I am looking for categories that Billy Elliot won both at the Oliviers and at the Tony Awards. Now, obviously, the categories are slightly different, so I will lump like similar things together. If you want to say that the score was nominated and won in both places, then it can win for score on Broadway and win for like the orchestrations over here. Acting categories, even if it's different actors, I will take it if they won in the same category.
Right, best score, choreography, that can count. Best new musical, best actor/actress. Those are my 4.
Okay.
definitely choreography.
Choreography?
Did it win an Olivier for the score? I'm going to say yeah. I think there would have been a lead that would have won. I'm saying actress. Billy Elliot was huge. Let's go for best new musical.
Would you like to change one of these before you lock it in?
So now I'm starting to think, would it have won for score or would it have won for something like set design? So let's swap that out and let's go for set design.
First one, best choreography, best direction, best orchestration as well, and best supporting actress.
Any final swaps you would like to make before you lock that in?
Okay, can I swap supporting actress for costume?
Believe it or not, I watched this Tony Awards back a couple of weeks ago. I believe that they won jointly Best Leading Actor in a Musical for the Billies at both. I do not believe that it won score on Broadway. I think Next to Normal took score. Okay, we're going to do new musical, leading actor, choreography, directional featured. I'm going to say direction.
It won for best choreography, best musical,
Oh, you won best musical. Wow.
best leading actor
Oh, I was
for
gonna
the
say
4
that.
Billies. Final
Say
one,
that.
best sound. Fun fact, those 4 awards are the only Oliviers it won.
Is that because director did the play musical split thing? What a mess.
For some reason, my brain confuses Billy Elliot with Oliver. And that's why I went for costume.
Why?
And I was thinking, like, Oliver would
Why?
definitely have one costume. And it's like, totally different shows.
One's Victorian era and one's like
Honestly, I don't know
1980.
why.
And now is your final question. We've gone through every single West End theatre except one. This is an image of my seat when I went to see Next to Normal
No, you're
at
not
the
gonna-
Wyndham's Theatre. I will give you a point for the correct name of the level of the theatre that I am on, the correct row that I am in, and a guesstimate for the number seat I am in. There are 3 points up for grabs. One is a guesstimate point of where I sat when I saw Next to Normal.
You are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I love this.
Now,
I love this.
You were sat very near me. You were sat very near me for Next to Normal, so
Yeah.
you have the biggest advantage here. You were the only person who saw Next to Normal on the same day as me.
I think I remember. Oh my god, why am I so excited about this question?
I thought you were just going to ask for the theatre and I was going to say Wyndham's because I remember watching Oklahoma here.
But I also told you right at the start that that is alphabetical order, so obviously it's going to be the Wyndhams.
Yeah, that's true. It's not going to be that easy, Jack.
Royal address, I can never remember which way round they are. Gonna go Royal Circle, and I believe you are in row C, seat number 25.
I think it will be the dress circle. I don't think you're in the first row of the dress circle because we'd be able to see the actual circle itself, and I can see people's heads. Row C, dress circle. The number, I think it goes quite a way around. I'm gonna say that you were in the dress circle, row C, seat number 16.
Dress circle. Because I was on the same level as you. Just not
Yeah,
the
you were.
same role. I can see a head. I can see a little bit of hair. In the front of your picture there. So I'm going to say row B. And that looks very central. So B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B11.
Royal Circle, B17.
Oh, quick.
Don't mistake that for confidence.
Okay, I can tell you that I am sat in the Royal Circle, row B, seat 18. One off, but you are indeed the closest guess, so you will get the full 3 points.
From a picture. I am amazing. You know what? My confidence took a dent at some points, but that just built it all all back up.
How do you feel after that?
I talented, actually.
I can reveal at the end of this quiz, our winner is Mickey Joe Theatre. Speech, 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 speech.
Wow, I would really have been very upset with myself with anything less. I would like to thank our musical theatre lord and saviour, Stephen Sondheim, and the hours I've spent in a theatre, not counting the seats, but clearly memorising the view from that section. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for asking me to participate. It's been a challenge. It's been unsettling. It's ultimately been a highlight of at least the afternoon.
Thank you so much to Mickey, Barbara, Rosie and Jack for joining me on today's video. They all make amazing content across their various socials, which you can find in the description down below. And let me know in the comments if you want to see more game shows like this. I have so many different ideas and I'm very excited for them. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps out the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen right now and a link to my Instagram if you'd like to drop me a follow over there. I also have other social links and a merch store in the description down below. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.